All right, Kurt, it's Friday, and you know what that means. It's time for Stop Being the Best Kept Secret. I am one of your co-hosts, Damon Pistolka, and today, well, and that's the other co-host right there, Kurt Anderson. We're going to give it to him just in a moment, but today I'm so excited because we're going to be talking about AI, digital marketing, and other automation because we are going to be talking about scaling with intelligent automation with a couple incredible automation people we've known for many years now. I'm so excited, Kurt. I can't talk anymore. I'm going to turn it over to you, my friend.
Thanks, Damon. Happy Friday to everybody. What an honor, what a privilege, what a gift to have these two amazing human beings with us today. So, man, I'm all right. Let's dive right in. So, we've got Wilton Rogers. Wilton, happy Friday. How are you, dude?
I am doing well. Happy Friday to you both. Thank you
Man,
for inviting us. I'm excited about this.
repeat offenders that we have here.
Yes.
So, I know our other friend here, Rob Howze. Rob, dude, you've been on here a few times.
Few times, man. Few times the charm.
Few times and good times. And
Yeah.
so I want to first off thank you guys. Appreciate you both. A lot has happened since the last time you were on, Wilton. Rob, you were on not too long ago. And so just Wilton, just for friends out there that aren't familiar, first off, drop us a note, let us know you're out there, give a hello.
Yep.
Connect with Wilton on LinkedIn, connect with Rob on LinkedIn. You'll thank us later. Wilton, just give a little shout out on who is Wilton Rogers? What do you got going on? How are you making the world a better place?
Oh man, well, who is Wilton Rogers? Well, I'm just a guy from a little country town that had an idea about growing a business in the technology world, and how that happened, I don't know, but it happened. So, little background: I'm really a serial entrepreneur. I've been owning and operating businesses for a very long time. Got into the tech industry about 2016. Saw the potential of what automation can do, and just sort of dove into it and worked for a company for a while, for a couple of years. After seeing the capabilities of automation, I jumped in and opened up my own business in 2019, grew that, got acquired in 2023. 2024, I went on my own and opened up my AI and automation consulting firm because I saw a lot of businesses needed more of an audit and more help than just sort of simple automation. And when I really start honing in on AI, I realized, okay, there's a whole different level. It's a whole different level. So start learning about that, and when I opened up a consulting firm, just sort of, be honest with you, just started growing, and so people started wanting to understand how AI can be more implemented into their company, and as I start growing and learning more, I start sort of building the team. And to be honest with you, I opened a consulting firm last year, and we've already grown to quite a few employees and
Wow.
some quite a few clients. So it's growing pretty fast. So yeah, that's a little background, quick background.
Well, congratulations. We're going to unpack
Thank you.
quite a bit there because I want to, started in 2019, exited in 2023. A lot of people have their business for decades and never sell. Was it, Damon? 80% of businesses
Yep. Don't
just
sell.
close, like they don't
Ooh.
even sell. So that is a monster success. So I don't want to I want to gloss over that one. Rob, I want to come over to you, my friend. You've got a special place in my heart. I'm going to share why in a minute, but share with folks, who is Rob Howze? How are you making the world a better place?
I love that question, first of all, because when you say who's Rob Howze, then I say, wow, how do I explain this? But when you say how are you making the world a better place, that like narrows it in. Because for me, like for the majority of my life, I've kind of dedicated my life to helping people somehow, whether was through nonprofits, for profits. I just get a joy out of it, but it's really a joy when you can help people win,
Yeah.
win big. And so I met this guy, Wilton, in 2019 on LinkedIn, and I was teaching about marketing and video creation and how to present yourself, and he was teaching about automation and how to learn about it, and I didn't know much about it. Matter of fact, I knew zero about it. And so he introduced that to me, and then what I realized is that, wow, this understanding, this technology can help the philanthropic world better than anything I've ever thought of. The people that we're serving, from the food, the homes, to the resources, automation just makes everything faster, smoother, better. And just, that's it, period. So I'm making the world a better place now by just still being myself, but now understanding how to use technology to do more. So to do more of that and to help other people do more. And so I'm excited about this conversation because a lot of people are winning, and it's good to hear how.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you, in my book, Rob, you're the king of authenticity. So Wilton, you're a great judge of character, a great judge of talent of pulling Rob into your world. And so our friends out there that happen to not be connected with Rob, you got to connect with Rob because he's either singing, showing his family, or just he's just such an amazing guy. And Rob, I'm gonna tell folks why in a minute, but I'm gonna come back to Wilton. So Wilton, just talk a little bit. You started you went through it quickly, very humble man. Appreciate your humility. Share with folks, like, you start this company in 2019. Walk us through, man, like, success leaves clues. Other entrepreneurs want to, like, hear, like, dude, how'd you do it? How did you exit in a 4-year, like, just walk us through, give us like a high level overview. How did you do that in such a short period of time?
Long story short, I surrounded myself with a bunch of smart people, right? So the way I did it, honestly, when I was working for another company, I was working in the enterprise world, and I start seeing what automation can do. And when I saw the impact it can have on businesses, I was like, wow, if as a business owner, small business owner, this can be a game changer for me. So I really put myself around people that can teach me. I have no tech background, but I surrounded myself with tech geniuses, like whether it was a project manager, an analyst, a developer, everybody in between. I started asking them questions. How do you do this? How do you do that? What kind of software can you use? Finally, was able to find a software to do it. I asked a couple of buddies back home, hey man, let's automate some processes and see what happens. It did it. It worked. And that's sort of when I was like, hey, there's something here for small businesses. And no one is doing it. I was reaching out, well, who's doing this? No one is. So I said, all right, well, let me try it a couple more times. So I talked to a couple more partners of mine, friends of mine, and automated them. I was like, okay, this is a real business. So that's when in 2019, ended up going on my own. And I realized like businesses were doing a lot of just tasks that were just monotonous and repetitive and mundane. And I said, hey man, let's get those off your plate and automate it. Start automating them. And I felt like, hey, we're going to change the world. And as I start seeing automating different businesses, we automate a lot of them. I mean, we've done hundreds and hundreds of processes, right? And we start seeing the changes it can make. I just kept reaching out to more businesses, and we started bringing on more businesses. But then all of a sudden, about 2 years ago, a lot of the businesses that we were reaching out to, I'm trying to do more automation for them. Like, we're going to look into some AI and do some we have this thing. It's called it's an open API. We can go in the back and look at different things. I was like, what are you talking about? What is all this? So I started asking people that I knew how to do that. This is back in 2023, by the way. Started really understanding it, but not really doing it because a lot of businesses were leaning that way. The bigger businesses, smaller businesses are still doing a lot of automation, but the ones that have a tech team and understood AI, they were like, hey, you know what? No more RPA, which is an automation. Let's do some AI. And so I started looking into it. I was like, wait a minute. You can do prediction. You can do these things have reasoning. These guys can predict things. You can do things like this. Show me how this is done. When I realized that, I kind of figured, okay, this is what small businesses need. Because as a small business, you're a visionary, right? You know what you want to do, and you had to put those pieces in place. Well, back then you had to put people in place to make these things happen, and then you have to train them, and then have to go through with AI. I was like, you built it, you don't train it, it learns it in real time. It makes those changes in real time. It was just a game changer for me. So when I started, when I exit Simply Automate, my company that I grew, which is called Simply Automate in 2020, it was acquired in 2023, left it in 2024. I started scale through automation because I was like, we could scale any business through automating it, through AI automation. So let's just start automating it. So when I realized talking to businesses, they didn't know everybody's looking into AI and automation, but they really didn't know how to use it. They think ChatGPT was AI. I was like, no, that's not AI, right? So we had to really educate them on how to use it because everybody right now, if they're running a business and running it successfully, and all they have to do is streamline it and then improve it. They don't have to make any changes. They don't have to buy new systems. They don't have to go into all these different things to improve things. Like, what do you have? Let's use AI to streamline everything, and then AI will help us figure out what to do to improve that. You don't have to. AI will help us do that. that's when I said, okay, I have to open up a consulting firm because I can't just go into a business and say, hey, let me automate this, let me automate that, and walk away. It's like, no, you need a true audit. And it happens so fast. Like you don't have to, it doesn't take very long to do it. And when I finally realized that, I was okay, it's time to do consulting. And that's when I started bringing on the team. So my focus right now is to really help those that are, every business knows they need AI and some obviously need automation as well, but they really don't know how to work to use it. We go in there and we made a very simple process on how to identify areas of your businesses right away that you can, those low-hanging fruits that you can automate, get them out of the way. And then we start working on the other projects where it comes to get down to AI and reasoning and predictions and all these different things. We can start working on things like that. And so when I did that, I was like, okay, let me start building the team. And I found my developers, built my own development team. Everyone that was I had prior was stayed with Simply Automate. So I built a whole brand new team. Yes. But with the resources that we had and the network that I had, I was able to jump into it right away and grow it. So now my focus is strictly going into businesses and saying, hey, open up the brand of your company. Let me see what it looks like. In about a week, I can outline everything. We can outline everything for you and show you what can be automated, timeline, cost, ROI, everything. And we can start knocking them out one by one.
All right, man, what a phenomenal story. All right, quick question, Wilton. 2023, when you sold your company, mixed emotions, celebration, was it bittersweet? Was it like it was your baby? Like, what was it like what were you feeling when you sold your company?
Well, at first I wasn't really thinking about selling it, right? I was just thinking, when the opportunity came, I was like, oh, okay. And then they said, we want to keep it on board, so to run it for a while.
Right.
And the company, the investment firm that was that acquired my company, they were heavy into automation. They were heavy into RPA. So they knew what to do. So I was like, hey, I'm jumping in with experts, right? Yeah. And it worked, and it did. They knew what to do. They helped me. I mean, they clean out the system a lot easier. These MIT mindsets were just a whole different level, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the thing about it is that we were limited. That's the thing about it. We were limited to what we can do, and I didn't want to limit our business. I want to limit my relationships with our partners. So I was always passing businesses on if we couldn't do it. I was like, why am I passing businesses on when I know we can do this and I could build a team to do it? Yeah. So the excitement was really, the emotions was excitement. It was excitement because I knew that we we're going to be able to take it to the next level. But when as that year went on, because I stayed on for a year, but as that year went on, I started realizing, okay, the opportunities are limited because of AI. Mm-hmm. Where AI, I think automation is right here and AI is off the charts. Like it's not even comparison. And we grew that fast. I was like, okay, we do this, AI can, and with the knowledge and experience and understanding that we have now, we're going to take it to a whole different level. So it was exciting because I knew that I was going to have the opportunity to be surrounded by really high intelligent people. And it allows me to be able just to consume all that information and be able to open up my company. So it was excitement, but I also was hoping to stay on there. But when I realized the change from automation to AI, I knew I had to make that jump.
Mm-hmm. Hey, man, you're a pioneer, man. I love how you have like a natural vision of like seeing what's out ahead that other people are like, you're seeing through the trees that other people are just stuck in the trees. Right. I mean, Damon, what are your thoughts?
Well, and I love your story, Wilton, because of the RPA experience is huge because that gives you a foundational experience of automation that a lot of AI people don't have. You, right. Your team, and everything else. You guys have been in automation. You and Rob have been in automation for a long time now. And now moving forward with the benefits of AI, you can take the benefits of RPA with AI and move forward with a much stronger product. Mm-hmm. That's the thing that I really see is a huge advantage because you're not limited by just what an AI-based system can do. You understand RPA that can do different things and maybe some things better to provide a combined solution that's more holistic and more effective.
100%. In fact, when we now that we working with businesses, a lot of them we're working with them in the AI space, but some of them still require RPA because the APIs, right? You have to do front end automation.
Yeah.
But the great thing about that is that we know that we're using AI to follow that track to figure out, okay, how can we do the back end and make it all AI related, right? So our team is equipped from not only doing what's called the RPA space, but the AI agent space, the custom and the pre-built, which we'll go into later. But we cover the whole spectrum. So you don't have to, when you talk to us, we know when it comes down to AI or automation, we have a team of developers that can take care of that.
And that's just such a rarity, I believe, in the space now, because most of the people, jumped on the AI bandwagon and they may be working in that, but they don't have that history behind them.
Right. Yeah.
And the depth of team.
Exactly.
All right, so let's slide over here to my dear friend Rob. So Rob, so I don't, when I think of Rob Howze, Damon, like what do you think when you think of Rob Howze, right? Contagious enthusiasm, positivity, right? There's my thumbs up. And I want to, you know what? I've got to share this, Rob. I can't have Rob here without sharing this, Damon.
Well, I just got to say, first of all, if you haven't, you need to go watch some of Rob's videos.
You got to watch Rob's videos.
Oh yeah. He's talented. There's no doubt about it. It's awesome.
Here's the other thing about Rob. Rob is just such a Rob. I could gush on and on about you. His dad. Rob. I'm going to do.
I know
you can't be here, and I'm not going to talk about your dad.
That was just hilarious.
His dad. So you know what, Rob? You don't. And Rob doesn't know this. Rob, your dad is. I won't say making me a better dad. I'm striving to be a better dad because of your dad. So my daughter is she's a teenager. She's going to college. She's scooping ice cream for the summer, and she's scooping ice cream at a place like it's kind of it's like a little bit higher end. It's kind of a tough crowd. I'm like, man, isn't everybody usually in a good mood when you get ice cream? Well, apparently not when you're customer service and you're facing customers. Everybody's not always in a great mood, even if you're getting ice cream. I tell my daughter every time, I'm like, be positive, go do your best, have a contagious enthusiasm, because of Rob Howze's father had a huge impact on me 35 years ago when he was a beer guy at Buffalo Sabres games and at Buffalo Bills games. And I would see his dad at every game, and he would get the whole stadium cheering, doing the Pee Wee Herman dance. And like 20,000 people, 80,000 people would be dancing with Rob's dad. And because of what he taught me when I was 22 years old, I now teach my daughter, and I didn't even know Rob at the time. So Rob, again, I can't have you on here and give so much love to your father. What a great human being he is. So anyway, I had to share that with you.
Man, I'm going to send him this clip. You already know.
Send him.
Yes.
I'm going to send, because that's contagious, man. That's what I'm talking about. It's like little tiny things that somebody does, and you never know how it impacts somebody else, and then years later, I mean, it really is. That's why when you said, man, how does what you do, how are you impacting the world? Like it's so important, man.
Right. It's so and that's a true story. I'm like, you know what? I know this guy, and you know what? And if he can get 80,000 people dancing because he's a beer guy, you can get people cheering, eating ice cream. So anyway, I wanted to share that story with you. But in 2019, you also are a visionary, being the AI agent man that you are, and Mr. Automation. You saw something in Wilton. So when you guys connect, you're like, man, I'm jumping on his coattails and riding a wave here. Share a little bit, like, what did you see in 2019? What was the enthusiasm that you saw that brought your skills, your talents over to Wilton's world?
So just like Wilton, we both were business owners for years. So I've been an entrepreneur my whole life. That's how my family's eating food, right? Me figuring out a business and putting something around it, marketing, sales to make it work, whether it's profit or non-profit. But what Wilton introduced to me was how to do all that stuff better, faster, like all the stuff you have to do, but you don't have to be the one doing it manually. Like I don't want to glaze over that either, because I think that's like the phrase that pays. It's things you have to do, but you don't have to do.
Yeah.
And when you can figure out those for you and your team, now everyone's just using their brain. Now here comes critical thinking, which is the cousin to creativity. So it's like, okay, here we go. So anyway, it allowed me to be more creative. So I made him more creative. He made me more creative.
Yep.
Like we met because I 2019, that's when video really was just starting on
Right.
LinkedIn. Like people weren't really. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna do 30 days of video just to get myself going. And I said, I put hashtag 30 days of video. And then next thing I know, people were like, I'm in. I'm like, I'm in. This wasn't it became a thing. We did it for 3 or 4 years, right, Wilton? Like
We
30
did.
days of
It became
video.
a challenge. Right. I remember when you did it.
Oh, okay. That's how I met Wilton. So he came into the video challenge, and then I'm watching his videos. I'm like, what the heck are these videos? What is he doing? What is he doing? Like, whoa, this is good. I need to. Okay, so I'm going to help you. You're going to help me, and we help we. And then you fast forward, and here we are. And like it's like you said before, we were learning things, and it was RPA, and like okay. But as it started to evolve, I think it was the birth of ChatGPT. ChatGPT really opened people's minds up a lot to this whole ideology of AI. It made it not weird, at least. And so people started using this for business. So now it's like, okay, now we understand the benefits of it. But do you really understand when you have an intelligent automation, which is RPA, artificial intelligence, any kind of machine learning, whatever you need, wherever you need it, if you can do that, man, that's magical. So now, back at the philanthropic side, now for these shelters that are serving food and housing people, their communication is streamlined. The food is streamlined. They're getting more of it. They're finding out where the resources are. They communicate. It's incredible. So now they're able to help more people and not have to put more on staff. I mean, let's keep doing that.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I love it. Hey, Damon, we got a couple of funny comments.
We do. Where do we want to start? We got a bunch of them. So
no, I love this.
Greg Vincenzo's.
Yeah. Is Rob Howze an AI agent or is he AI generated?
That's classic. So Vincenzo, thank you for
that. Would be surprising if he was AI generated.
Thank you.
I'm definitely generated.
We are. Hey, but I'm glad you. That's a good one. I love that. We actually are generating avatars. We just put out an avatar, which I could share here in the comments.
Nice.
I think Dimitri, but everything is being automated. Some of the educational things that we do is like me as an avatar, but it's not me, and it looks exactly. It's the technology that we have now is insane. It's insane. So it's very simple to use now. It's very easy. No code, low code.
Yeah.
It's drag and drop. It's very simple to use. The whole engineering, the whole development, all that's being taken out of the whole equation now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So,
well, when you look at and you talk about that, the things that we can create now, we simply couldn't create before because the people that want to create them are not the same people that have the technical knowledge to do it, right?
Right.
And then when you bring that technical knowledge and put it in the hands of the creative people and make it simple enough to do easily, it's like,
man,
new things happen.
Well said. Yes.
Whole different speed.
Yep. Yeah. Even on a little example, I say people in business now, if you're not using ChatGPT to help you with simple things like, how the heck do I make this formula in Excel? It's going to come up with ways that you never even knew existed to solve these problems. Yeah. And that's just one little teeny example. But when you apply it in the things that you're talking about, it's incredible what it can do to a business.
Absolutely.
So, and speaking of, Damon, I'm going to grab another comment. So, Dimitri, happy Friday. He says, Wilton Rogers has the vision, man. Drop the mic on that one. I agree 100%.
Thanks for the love, Dimitri.
So, Wilton, let's dive in a little bit. So, what's driving your passion for this AI? And then let's dive into like your consulting. Like, let's go all in on like what you're doing now, what problem you're solving, what we have on the horizon. Don't spare any details. What's going on with you now with this new horizon that you're on?
Absolutely. Well, the passion comes from my failures, my business failures, to be honest with you. Because if I had the opportunity, if I knew what I know, even back when I started my company, those failures would have never happened, right? It's either the personnel I hired, not having the right people, not having the right process, whatever it was, I didn't have that in place. And I realized I didn't have the right technology. Like, I was working, having worn all these different hats. I didn't give myself time. So that allowed me to see how other businesses feel as well. That stress for other businesses, understanding like, hey, you know what, I want to grow my business. I know everybody talks about that, especially in your small business, but they don't have the resources. I want to make sure that I'm that resource because I understand their pain and what they go through on a daily basis. I was like, someone needs to be that resource, and there's no one out there for small business who's going to represent us. So that was my driving passion. And even back in 2019 when we started, I'll be honest with you, Rob would tell you, I'll be very transparent. I mean, there's months where we didn't make anything. I mean, there was a lot of months that we didn't make money that were like, hey, man, we can stay. I wouldn't keep the doors open. Am I gonna be able to keep the staff? You know, and Rob, and what I can say about Rob is that he knew that he was second to the last one to get paid to eat. You know, it was our team and Rob, and if anything was leftovers, I would take it. And we stayed together and then all of a sudden, it just start building. You know, through our work and through prayer and everything else, it started building, and it sort of took off. So I think the passion really did come from understanding, like, you know what, someone needs to do this. You have to go through those hard times to make sure that you understand how to deliver these services to a business. Because once you do that, you can duplicate it, which we'll talk about in a while, which we are already doing right now. But we'll talk about that in a bit. But it really felt like if we create something that can be duplicated and that people can understand, it can be very valuable, then we can really, we just say, change the world. Basically, we change the world, and we're to that point that we know we can do it. It's not if we can anymore. We've failed so many times that now we have an opportunity to really succeed a lot faster, right? Because you know, we've gone through those hurdles where, you know, we thought we were gonna see the other side of the hill, and all of a sudden we'd get over that top of that hill, the bigger mountain. It's like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
So and then having the people that to encourage you, like Rob and Dimitri and a bunch of other people on our team that have been with us for a while, that have contributed to this whole growth. You know, I'm not the only one, but everybody played a part. So getting the right people to have that same vision, the same passion, has been a huge success for us. So we continue to find those same people. In fact, we had a meeting this morning saying, hey, culture is the reason why we're gonna build this. We build the right people with passion and culture. We're gonna make something happen. And all of a sudden, literally, we talked today, is like, wait, we have this many people on our team already, and then 3 months ago, we didn't have this many faces. It started to grow and grow and grow. So
yeah.
I'll tell you, such an inspiration. Well, go ahead, Damon.
Yeah, it is such an inspiration, and you know, just again, your failures are helping you to move forward. And I think that's an important part in any business and any business owner's experience as they move forward, is like, man, you're gonna screw up 100 times before you get to the office, probably in the morning some days, but that's just part of the process, and it's what makes you better.
Absolutely.
And just in your humility is just, gosh, you know, it's like iron sharpens iron. That's why I love hanging out with these two, because I feel like I'm a better person. Hey, Damon, how about Yashin's question? I think that's a pretty good question right there. Do you want to pull that up?
Let's see here. Yashin. Here we go. It's a big question.
Oh, yeah.
As a small business adopt automation, a lot of their day-to-day decision-making gets handed over to systems, from inventory ordering to pricing triggers and even customer segmentation. How do you ensure that human intuition, local business wisdom, and unstructured customer feedback aren't lost in this automation wave, especially in sectors where emotional intelligence drives loyalty more than efficiency?
I tell you, Yashin, thank you for that. That's a phenomenal question right there.
Yeah.
That's a great one. So again, guys. We've got two AI experts here, so please drop your questions. Yashin,
yeah, it's a great question
for asking. So I'll start. Wilton, any comments that you have on that one?
Well, you know, I think for a small business, adopting automation is going to be very important from the beginning. I can't stress enough how important it is to audit your business, because what you want your people to do is to be able to bring their creativity, be able to be customer facing, because that's one thing AI can't do, is you can't, you know, it's not gonna, those emotions it does. I mean, it has emotions on phones, on if you do an AI agent, voice agent, it'll have it, but you can't lose that. And what auditing your business allows you to do, allows you to take care of all those back end little things that you need to take care of so you can focus on taking care of your clients. So any small business, if you have the great thing about where technology is now is that you just have to have a vision of what you want to do and it can be built. And what I mean by that is that we have a business right now that we're working with. She's an accountant and she went on her own and she's trying to figure out how can I get my name out there? How can I start marketing? How can I start, building some my brand? Long story short, we built our website in about a week. We did all the back end automations to do all of our onboarding for our clients on the back end in probably about 2 weeks, right? Now the vision is like, what do you want to do? I want to be able to be on LinkedIn. I want to be able to send emails. I want to be able to do this. How do you want to do that? She tells us how she wants to do it. She says, what message do you want to put out there? She gives the messages. We clean it up using ChatGPT and everything else. And guess what? Now she's getting clients that are being generated through AI and basically just going to her website and going to and onboarding themselves, because the conversations they're having is between them and the AI agent. It's not human. The minute it says, hey, I want to talk to a human, it gets kicked over to her and she chooses the call and knows something. And she has already all the details of what the conversation is going to be back based on the agent.
Nice.
So as a small business, you just got to be very creative and understand whatever you can visualize that you want to do for your business. If you map that out, you can actually just put it in ChatGPT now. Say, hey, I want to build my sales process, and this is what I want to do. When you lay out what you want to do, it'll give you a guideline. Now, it just gives you a guideline, so don't take that for what is face value, because there's a lot that goes into that. But it'll give you the vision on where you could take that. Right. Yeah. So I hope that helps answer the question.
Yeah. I had a thought on that one too. Can you pull that up one more time?
Yeah, I will. Here we go. Go back to it here.
Yeah, it was a great question, and he's kind of on like that human emotional intelligence.
Right?
Yeah. Yep. And so I like so small businesses adopting this. And how do we keep the human involved? So one of the big things you touched on it too, Wilton. When you're doing an audit and you're getting everybody involved, that's the first thing. You're getting the people who are handling the process involved. Once they're involved in it, now it's HI plus AI equals EI. Human intelligence plus artificial intelligence creates enhanced intelligence. So it has to be the humans driving it, and that's how you keep everything together.
See, he makes everything sound so cool, man.
I don't know how he does it. And you know what? And I got to go back when he goes, it's the phrase that pays, I just like,
yeah,
I know. Yeah. So say that again, because please, everybody take out your pen or take out your phone, take notes.
Right.
HI plus AI equals
EI, enhanced intelligence. And that's how we have to look at it. It has to be HI first, and then AI, and then AI second, because that's going to enhance the human. For that enhanced, as Wilton was saying, you can put your whatever you're looking for, whatever you're trying to construct in the ChatGPT. That's not the end of it, but that is the beginning of going further. So we want to enhance the intelligence, Damon.
I'm just taking a moment of silence on this.
We're just savoring this one, Rob. So
I feel like I'm in revival in the summertime right now.
Brandon says, thank you for your thoughts, gents. Thoughts on possibility for an outbound calling agent for sales. So that was you know what? And I think I thought I saw another comment here that I thought did Vincenzo have a comment here or a question?
Can you pull that one back up, right? Can you pull that other one back?
He's had Vincenzo's got some he's developing here. I'm an AI enthusiast and recently explored how we can apply structured iterative thinking to both local and prompt-based AI systems. Developed a model called PEC, expansive circular thinking, that blends system thinking with multi-dimensional agent perspectives to tackle complex challenges more effectively. And he's got a link here on LinkedIn that shows it.
Yeah. You know what? Let's touch base. I think that's a great one. You know what? If you can reach out to us directly, I would love to sort of. I have someone that's working on something. I mean, that we're working on something close to this conversation. So I think this might be perfect timing. Perfect timing. So I like that. Let's definitely connect.
So let's go here, Wilton. I wanted on your LinkedIn. So again, guys, we're here. If you're just, I'm losing track of time, Damon. It could be like,
Yeah, it's crazy. Good
4
stuff.
hours just slipped by. So we're here with Wilton Rogers. We've got Rob Howze, and we're just really geeking out. So now, love for everybody. Please connect with Wilton if you're not already. If you're not connected with Rob, please connect with Rob on LinkedIn. Now, Wilton, question for you on your LinkedIn profile. You open up. You've got faith-driven automation, and AI. As a thought leader, just share a little bit. Like, what do you mean by faith-driven automation and AI thought leader? What's that mean?
Yeah, well, first of all, my faith means everything to me. So, for last thing I go to bed, I thank him for everything he's done. When I wake up, I thank him for me allowing me to wake up to do what I love to do. We preach that every single day to our family, to our kids. So I think where I am, I continue to do what I do because of him, because of my faith. Even now, when things get rough, before I really had strong faith, I used to struggle mentally. Like I was like, what am I gonna do? Now I'm like, it's in God's got this. He's got my back. I'm not gonna worry about it. So for me, I make sure that when I go into every project, and this is something that I haven't shared this with anybody actually. I think maybe Rob, but not anybody publicly. Is before I go into every process, before I get any call, I pray that this outcome is that our client's going to get what they need out of this meeting, whether it's with me or whether it's somebody else, or the opportunity for them to grow. Just give them what they need to be able to see that they have the ability to grow their business through our technology. So that's always been something that I do. And I think that sort of going into there allows me to relax into every meeting, know that you speak from the heart, be very transparent about everything, and he'll take care of the rest. So my faith is everything. And then, that drives my passion for automation.
Yeah. Awesome.
Another moment of silent moment. So I tell you, two guys of just high integrity.
Yeah.
Hey, and I want to give a.
I gotta put a comment up here because I want this person to see what we see. They said, "Hey, so we're ignoring comments from the only lady in the chat. See that where it says Lutheran user? We got no idea. So
who's that?
If you share it right, I don't know who it is, and I don't know what the other comments are up there, but the comments are coming fast, but it's impossible for us to disseminate when we don't know who it is. Sorry about that. But I guess we got another one. So someone dropped this about Buzer, Michael. Sorry, I don't maybe missed your name, but even if I don't get anything from today, I got that. HI plus AI equals EI. And yeah, it's so good. So good.
So here, you know what? And maybe it's this comment right here. So, so Wilton Rogers, hashtag Wilton Rogers is automation is like workflows to Rob Howze hashtag.
There you go.
Yeah.
And we've got Wilton and Rob are commenting like family automated appointments, workflows to small business owners. Hashtag thank you. So, and I appreciate
That's good.
Yeah, I love that one
right there. So, and hey, and you know what, Damon, call us out anytime, man. If I'm
I know, I love it. I love it.
You know what, Damon, you know what, Rob, Wilton, can you guys create an AI agent for us so we could get our comments pulled up there in a more timely fashion? You know? So like,
we work at that. We'll work on that.
Yeah,
help me out, man, because I'm old and slow, and I'm dragging everybody down here. So, all right, Rob, let's come back as you're moving forward. Talk a little bit. So you guys have this AI, like, you know what? Let's get to the basics, okay? Mm-hmm. Let's, like, a lot of our folks, we work with a lot of people in the B2B space, and like this whole AI thing is completely new. What can you walk us through? Like, give us a 101. What is an AI agent? Like, I don't know. I don't even know what that means. Like, let's give us a kind of a basic overview.
The best way for me to understand things is when they're simple. And I heard this recently, and so I've adopted it. And when you think about an agent, agents, they were first humans. They're agents, FBI agents. An agent is someone fulfilling a task. A human fulfilling a task. An agent is something fulfilling a task. If you put AI with it, now it's AI fulfilling a task. So an agent is a task fulfiller. AI is now AI inside that task fulfiller. Now, what is that task? Is it invoice processing? Is it onboarding? Is it data extraction? Is it making content? Is it making videos? Whatever you want. That's what the agent does, whatever the AI intelligence is embedded into it. So an easy way to understand AI agents is an agent is just fulfilling a task. Now you add AI to it, and we got a party.
Yeah,
And we
it
got a
does.
party.
It is. AI. Another thing is like AI is it's reasoning. It can reason for you, right? So,
Yes.
you know, if you get an email and it's asking for certain things, it can just go into the database that it has and it can answer the email for you, right? Probably better than you because it has more detail because it doesn't forget anything, right? But it can predict things like, okay, well, if I have to do this today and do that tomorrow, what will happen if I do this now? What kind of outcome can I have? But it's based on everything that we're doing inventory for a client, right? And the client's like, well, we have all this inventory. Here's all the leftover inventory that we have. Here's all this, and put everything in there. The AI agent went in there and it showed, okay, well, you're not selling this stuff. You're only selling it during these 3 months. You're not selling. So it starts now. It's saying, okay, well, based on what you have here, this is what you can do. You can order this here at this time, get it in on time, and they'll start breaking everything down. So now the inventory, they don't have thousands of dollars worth of inventory sitting there or lost,
Mm-hmm.
right? So it can predict things. You could say, okay, based on what you're here, prediction is that you're going to be able to do this in the future. So just order this, you know? So it does stuff like that. So it's reasoning, prediction and stuff like that, where automation is simple things. Automation is rule-based. It doesn't have a brain. You tell it what to do and it does it. It won't divert away from that. It stays on that path. And if it's something different, it'll like, I don't know. Where AI is like, oh, it doesn't do that, do that. Let me go find it over here. Oh, it does this. Okay, let me put it in here. It figures it out for you.
Figures it out for you, and then offers you multiple suggestions on how to improve, or if
Yeah.
it's built
Right.
in, just improves on its own. So
Yeah.
there's that part.
Yep.
Well, hey, let's grab Yashin has another comment for Rob
Yeah.
here. So
Which one?
right
Oh,
here,
yeah.
this one.
Okay.
It's a brilliantly concise vision. HI plus AI equals EI captures the future of intelligent work where empathy meets technology to create real impact, a true leader's perspective in just one line. So thank you, Yashin. I agree with you 100%.
Love
That's a
that.
great
That's
quote.
good stuff. Good words.
Great.
Yeah, he hit it. Yeah.
Vincenzo's got a comment here that's pretty good. I think it's fun. The real fear around AI isn't just about automation, it's about speed, and it's evolving faster than our natural human ability to adapt, both emotionally and culturally. I think this is something that we do really need to talk about. And he continues on and said that pace can feel overwhelming, yet to stay competitive, especially in traditional markets, we need to embrace AI boldly and borrow heavily from its world to improve efficiency, scale, and insight. It's countries like Italy, in countries like Italy, this concept of efficiency first can be hard to instill, rooted as we are in human relationships. And I can't read what's left after that, but this is a big deal because it is evolving so fast. I mean, when did ChatGPT actually hit the streets? But not is it two or is it 3 years coming
I
up?
don't even
Coming up
know.
on three.
Maybe 3 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's improving.
Yeah.
Right. From when it first do it, I mean,
Yeah.
it's nothing compared to where it is. You see how fast that is, right?
Yeah.
It's huge. It's huge. Yeah.
It is
And I
going
think
fast. It's going very fast.
it's going very fast. And unfortunately, the people that don't adapt, and that's why that's why we did consulting. It's like, wait a minute, especially for businesses that have been around for a while, we're working with one that's historic. I mean, they've been around for a very long time, but they're really struggling. And I won't say struggling, but they're not competing. They're staying. There hasn't been very much change. It's because their systems, everything is done old school way. And now they're understanding, oh wow, we can really build something huge here and share our story and build on our history, right?
Yeah.
It's like you have a history here. You have almost 100 years history of this company. I said, you want to build on that, right? So now you're going to have the opportunity to do that and tell the story where we have AI helping them build that story and get that message out there as well. So everybody needs to sort of adapt to this. If they don't adapt, they're going to be left behind. Unfortunately, it's a whole new change. It's a whole new change.
It's a wave.
It is. There was another comment there earlier about onboarding calls or something like that. I popped up.
Sales calls. Here I got it right here. I got right here. This one. Thanks for your thoughts, gents. Thoughts or possibility for an outbound calling agent for sales?
Oh, this is my thing right here. Yes, absolutely. We're working on a couple of them right now. Okay, working with a call center, potentially call center, and also another business that they do a lot of outbound calls. All agents. All we did is we tell this company, feed us all the information, give us all the training that you give your people on the call to talk about. Feed it into the agent.
Mhm.
Now, give us all the documents and everything else this company has that you want that you can do. Feed into the agent. It feeds all this stuff into the agent. Now, the agent calls, talks like a regular human being. It talks to the person, answers every question, talks to them as answers these questions. It's already getting all the data in the back end and putting it into their CRM system the way they need to, so it's real simple to digest, right? And they've never ever talked to a person, and those agents actually try to close the deal. If not, they pass it on to a human to sit down and talk to, and not one human has even talked to them. It's all AI outbound sales calls. It's amazing. I love it. I love that part because everybody's jumping onto that now. We're going to start jumping onto that, right? It's like they build our agents, start making these outbound calls.
Yeah. And I think, it honestly, it saves the energy of a human being having to make multiple calls, and then the agent's making the calls and then putting the qualified calls onto a calendar for a meeting because that person has a need and this person can fulfill the need. So the agent is the bridge. And if you do it effectively, like Wilton said, if you have a good call center, you have good scripts, you have good content you can upload, your agent can be very intelligent. And I mean, who knows? This is still new. This is like dial-up internet time.
Yeah.
Right? So
and the great thing about it is it is. I think we are dial-up right now, but
we're dial-up right now.
We're dial-up.
Great analogy.
But it's very inexpensive, even because obviously it costs to be on the phone, right? Because it costs us to have salespeople on the phone. It costs for an agent to run. People are like, well, it costs money. Yeah, well, it costs people to be on a call. The great thing is that it costs you less than $0.01 a minute to talk.
Yeah.
So you could talk for hours and hours and spend a couple of bucks.
Yeah.
You can talk all day and spend a couple of bucks. So it's very inexpensive. So having the agent sales calls is a game changer.
Yeah. Well, and then you look at some of these businesses, it's better off to have people calling in the evening, early morning, different hours. It's really hard to staff people to do that and to do it effectively. And you look at the scalability of, as Rob was saying, getting the people that are really interested to your salespeople for those subsequent conversations is huge.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, all right, let's go here. We'll start winding down because I know we can keep you guys here all day, and you guys are super busy because you are taking people to the next level. So, Rob, you mentioned folks that are resistant. Folks are going to be left behind. It gets daunting. It's overwhelming. It's this whole oh my gosh, AI. What do I do? Where do I start? You talked about hey, start with a vision, map it out. For our friends out there, maybe they're Gen Xer, baby boomer, they're a digital immigrant. They're like, geez, I'm just starting to figure out Google, for goodness gracious. And now all of a sudden, I got to figure out this whole AI thing. Any advice for our friends out there of like how do you just get off the sidelines and get started? What's a good starting point?
That's great. That's great. And you'll remember this because it sounds like you should. You start where you're at. So you should just start where you are with what you have in front of you. So what is the thing that you're challenged with? What is the thing that you're thinking about? What is the process? Start with one. And then get the intelligence, get the support, get the resource to understand that one thing. What happens is it gets daunting because it's so big, there's so much to do. And an overwhelmed mind does nothing besides stay in overwhelmment most of the time or do things ineffectively because they're overwhelmed. But instead, if you just start with one, start where you are. What are we looking at? And I got this from Wilton. And you start with that one, and then from that one, you begin to understand what's next. It's a domino. So that's what I would say. And to avoid overwhelmment, start slow, start where you are. What do you say, Wilton?
Yeah, I definitely think so. I think exactly. You start where you're at. What are you doing right now? right? So whether if you're just looking to start your business, if you've already started your business, where are you right now? Write down where you're at right now. What's your vision of where you want to go? Okay. What's that vision of where you want to go? And write that down. Now, after that point, that's where someone like us, as far as coming in and helping with the audit, helps, because your vision, when you have a vision, you want to start working on that. Whether it's the marketing, the sales, the operational, whatever it is, you need to start working on that. But if you just have a vision, AI will help you figure out what that vision is, and then we can help you, or someone that has the opportunity, the capabilities to help you build that vision like instantly, right? So start where you're at. Like you said, start where you're at. What are those low-hanging fruits that you get off your plate? What are those 2, 10, 15, 10, 20-minute tasks that you can just, you know what, let's automate that right now and get that off your plate today, right? To work on your vision. So all the stuff that you're doing right now, we can take care of now. Your vision, we can start focusing on, start building on that. And that vision doesn't take months. It could take weeks. It could take maybe a month or so to get that into deployment, right? Just give us what you want. Give us an idea of what you want and build it out, because technology allows you to do that now. You don't have to buy 20 different applications anymore. You don't. What you have right now is what you're using, and if it's working, use that. And AI will help you see how you can improve that or eliminate some of it sometimes, because you don't need it.
Phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. And, you know, hey, take the things that you just, you know, what do you procrastinate the most? What do you dislike the most? What are the things that you just, that you have to do that you just don't want to do? Man, reach out to Rob, reach out to Wilton. They'll help you figure that out with AI. Wilton, let's start winding down. We'll close out. Parting thoughts, words of wisdom, anything that you want to share with folks, anything that I didn't ask, or anything that you want to share as we start winding down?
What I like to share is, like, obviously we're in a era where we have more entrepreneurs. Businesses are, you know, you probably seen a lot of the white collar jobs and everything. There's a lot of things that are happening to where people are losing those low hanging fruit type jobs, right? But a lot of people have a creativity. Like, anybody could open up a business. When I first opened up a business, it took me months or years to even get off the ground. Now it takes you, you know, a couple of clicks and you're up and running in a vision, right?
A couple of clicks in a vision.
Right. So my thing is that wherever you are in your business journey, make sure that you have AI as your partner. You have to have AI as your partner to grow, because that will allow you to have the freedom, to have the financial and the physical freedom and the spiritual freedom and mental freedom that you need to be able to enjoy life. You know, right now we're systemizing everything on our end, so we don't have to worry about that anymore. We can spend time with our friends, our families. We can be more creative. I can spend more time talking to Rob about how can we work with our partners, which we never talked about yet, but things like that that we're working on. So I would say, you know, in basically in layman's terms, where you're at right now, take your vision and have AI to assist you to reach those goals.
Big.
Drop the mic, man. Drop the mic. Rob Howze, what do you got for us, dude? As you say, we start winding down, what parting thoughts, words of wisdom do you want to share?
You know, this basically just following up with what Wilton said is what I'm going to say. You know, I like that. You got to have AI as your partner. That's a good one. That's a good one to think about. Got to have AI as your partner somehow. And I'm gonna leave with that equation. And I think the equation is important for us to think about in all aspects of our life. Human intelligence and artificial intelligence creates that enhanced intelligence, whether that's for you working on your script, or whether it's for operational efficiency, or whether it's for just to have a better thought of what I should say to my daughter, because I'm not really sure. Okay, so give me some ideas. Okay, I've used it for that, and it's been
very helpful. I think he froze perfectly right there.
Yeah, you went right there. He froze. That's true.
So
it's,
you know,
very true.
So you know what, we're getting a new puppy, And so in the litter, they have the brothers available. So now my wife's going to Chat GPT, like, should we just get one or can we get two? And like she's doing like a whole analysis on like, you know, that. And so we're using now Chat GPT if I'm getting one or two puppies, you know. So anyway,
Use it for everything.
let's grab Dimitri has a great comment here. So again, guys, please connect with our dear friends here. As a matter of fact, you got Wilton right here. Connect with Wilton on LinkedIn.
Yes.
Connect with Rob on LinkedIn. They have scale through automation.ai. I'm sorry, through IO, and they have a free assessment tool for you guys.
Yeah.
So I mean, this is a powerful, what a gift and what a great opportunity for you guys to take your business to the next level. Here's a free automation tool. So again, it's in the comments here. Grab that. Damon, what should we grab? Vincenzo's got.
Vincenzo, thank you for this thoughtful comment. I believe we need a new kind of movement, one that uses AI not just to optimize consumption, but to reimagine how we live, think, and connect. A movement that reminds the world we're not here just to extract and consume, but to create, reflect, and belong in harmony with nature and each other. And he said, I've designed several cultural and visionary projects rooted in this idea of blending technology, art, community, and sustainability. Yeah. That's quite a thought. That's quite a thought, because it is cool if we can do that.
It's absolutely true. I love that. Yeah, thanks for sharing that.
Technology, community, sustainability. Let's go.
Yeah. I think Vincenzo, you need to connect with our AI agent guys here. And so like the AI agent, man, like you sound like you're like 007, right?
Yeah, that's what
I love the, you know,
awesome. Yeah.
Like perfect for Rob. So all right, guys, I really don't want this to end. I would love to keep going on and on, but I know you guys are super busy, got new clients. Well, I cannot express my respect, admiration. You are such an inspiration to everybody out here. What you're doing just as a relentless entrepreneur and really staying ahead of the game. And I'll tell you what you're doing. You're doing things faith-based, which is phenomenal. You're doing things with integrity. And what you're doing is like you're pioneers are the guys that, you know, they always say end up with the arrows in their back. And like you're the guy out there, you said, making the mistakes, taking the failures for us to kind of like follow your path. And we appreciate you. We applaud you both. Rob, thank you. Dude, love you, brother. Appreciate you guys both. And how about a big round of applause for both these guys for just, when you guys coming back? When I know you've got like a little new tool, when I say little, you've got this like really super exciting new tool coming out. When are you going to be coming back to join us so we can kind of, was I allowed to say that?
Yeah, you'd be allowed to say that. We'll say we're getting ready to release something in August, this coming month.
He's got something planned. The AI agent man's got something planned here. Right?
Just stay connected on LinkedIn. You'll be the first ones to know when that happens. Out there, and we'll share it with you. But it's going to be a game changer for a lot of businesses. It's going to really help them get involved with AI agent and understand how it works. Really fast, real easy, and very simple for any user to use.
Awesome.
Love it. So, all right, when they have that ready, you guys got to come back and join us. We would love to. We would love to have like the maiden voyage. Like we want the reveal party, you know, kind of like the baby reveal party. We want it right here on Stop Being the Best Kept Secret. So
done.
Damon, I'm at a loss of words. I want to thank everybody, all the comments, and Damon, why don't you close us out, will you?
Yeah. Thanks everyone for being here. And I'm going to tell you, especially today, if you got in late, you want to go back to the beginning, you want to listen to what Wilton and Rob had to say. Just so many gold nuggets about AI agents and how that AI intelligent automation is just making a difference in the world and what they're doing to help people do that. So thanks everyone for being here. Thanks for those who commented. Thanks for those that were just listening out there. We can see you're there. Thank you so much. Thanks for Rob and Wilton for being here again today. We will be back again next week with another awesome show. Hang out with us offline, guys, and we will